Hey everybody, this is Kristen, and I am doing the Unit 5 response. And so the first question is what challenges will I face as I try to do this? I'm talking about becoming the principal of a school, and it's racially and ethically mixed, and how will I use this varsity sports program to highlight a positive intergroup relationship. And so, back to the question, what challenges will I face? Well, according to the text and watching the Jackie Robertson story again, um, you're going to see a lot of stereotyping, racial discrimination, um, not understanding ethnicity versus race, um, and beyond the text, just not understanding um, that seeing everybody for just their heart and their soul, and for how God made them if we're a believer. Um, and so, what challenges will be the most challenging to deal with? Um, for me, it would be um, effectively understanding each person's their cultural background and what is important to them, their perception of their ethnicity and how they view themselves, which is the most important, and how we can bring everybody together and accept one another. And so I'm going to refer to the text, which is how I'm going to answer number 3. What strategies will I use to implement to make this a success? So I'll start with Coakley, and I'll read just straight from the text something that stood out to me. Effective training requires information and approaches organized around the perspectives of underrepresented ethnic populations. This is crucial because progressive change takes into account the interests of those least likely to be heard or to hold positions of power. And so I think I would start there. I would start in the minority population and modeling and valuing their race and their ethnicity, and making sure I'm not making sure I do show an understanding of the differences. Coakley points out that managers and coaches must now be ready and able to work effectively with players from multiple cultural and national backgrounds, meld them into a team, diffuse and debunk players' racial and ethnic stereotypes, and facilitate respect for customs and lifestyles they've not seen before. And one thing I started as an educator, because I have a very mixed group myself in college, even determining food to be served in pregame meals now requires creative management strategies. I'm so guilty of this. I need to do a better job in this area. So that's something that stood out, that Coakley said. Athletes and coaches must learn new ways to communicate effectively on ethnically diverse teams, and marketing people must learn how to promote racially and ethnically diverse teams to predominantly white Euro-American fans. I think that's a really good point if we're in the college level. Social media is big in the high school level as well, even junior high. I just think that we have to be cognizant of our words, and it's just really important that we're not stereotyping, and we're bringing honor and value to everybody's culture. So back to multicultural education, it should be multicultural coaching. And we're really going to get the most out of our players when we do that anyway, coming from a coach, and also if you're a teacher or whatever you do. When we make people draw upon their hierarchy of values, we're really going to make them feel good, and they're going to be more comfortable and able to absorb what our role in their life, whatever we're doing. So, jumping over to our other texts of Lumpkin, Stoll, and Beller, one of the things I underlined and highlighted that they said was the key to equity in society is education. Today, principle-centered leaders urge everyone to accept diversity on the moral principle that learning about and respecting the differences of each individual will lead to greater appreciation and acceptance because it is the right thing to do. Shared values such as respect for self and others are essential for equitable treatment. Principle-centered leaders intentionally and continuously emphasize values as the foundation for eliminating injustices. So this would be my approach taking the text. Just one thing I want to point out, especially with what's going on in the world, our nation right now, this couldn't have been a better timing for this topic. And just watching the Jackie Robinson story again, he just really inspired me. And I am not his race. We have different, we appear different, and I can't even imagine what he felt. I remember the scene when the owner came down and met him because of the racial discrimination he was facing verbally from the Phillies side of the bench, the manager over there, and how he just stayed honorable and bit his tongue, and because he did that, and because he chose to have his emotional breakdown, which obviously anyone would have after what was said to him, and that he chose not only to go out there for himself, but to help make a progressive change. And I also was thankful to see the manager or the owner of the Dodgers embrace Jackie too. I think that was a huge part of the story as well. He was a huge part of it as well. But it was just interesting having studied all this, seeing the movie from just a new lens, and how much impact it had on our world today. And we just need to love people and accept them and not judge them, and love the differences about what we look like and how God made us, and our ethnicity and culture. When we do that, love's going to conquer fear out in the world out there. And regardless of background, love always casts out fear. And that's so true from Scripture. So just want to encourage us all to do that. I know there's so much things on social media right now, but it's easy to get caught up into it. But the key is love. So I just wanted to just say that during this video. I hope everyone's having a great week, and just go love on someone, encourage them, and reach out to someone that's maybe not in our race. Yeah. All right. Take care.